Inside the Monolith, why nobody can beat Amazon. Every single day, a fleet of thousands of planes, vans, and mechanical sorting arms executes a silent, mathematical miracle. By the time you read this sentence, Amazon has processed over 100,000 orders. In the next 24 hours, they will deliver enough packages to wrap around the Earth. We look at this digital storefront and see a convenient retail website, but underneath the surface lies a terrifyingly perfect economic superweapon, a machine so vast, so deeply integrated into the modern world that competing with it isn't just difficult, it has become practically impossible. The trillion-dollar phantom. In the global theater of business, companies rise and fall like empires. Standard Oil was broken apart, Sears was erased, Blockbuster became a memory. History tells us that every giant eventually trips over its own heels. Yet, as we move deeper into the digital age, one entity seems entirely immune to the gravity of market cycles. Amazon is no longer just a company, it is the invisible infrastructure of modern life. It dictates how we shop, how the internet runs, and how global logistics operate. To understand why nobody can beat Amazon, we have to look past the brown cardboard boxes on our doorsteps and examine the ruthless, brilliant, and unyielding architecture of a modern monopoly. The flywheel effect, the engine of infinite growth. At the core of Amazon's permanence is a business philosophy so simple it was originally sketched on a paper napkin by Jeff Bezos. The flywheel effect. Most companies view growth as a linear ladder. You make a product, you sell it, you profit. Amazon views growth as a self-sustaining vortex. 1. The cycle begins. Amazon lowers prices to attract customers. 2. The traffic draw. High customer traffic attracts independent third-party sellers to the platform. 3. The expansion. More sellers mean a wider selection of goods, which drastically enhances the customer experience. 4. The scale lock. This massive volume allows Amazon to optimize its logistics, lowering its internal costs. Instead of pocketing those savings as pure profit, Amazon feeds them back into the loop by lowering prices even further. Once this heavy flywheel starts spinning, it generates an immense amount of kinetic economic energy. A competitor cannot simply walk in and build a faster flywheel. They're crushed by the sheer momentum of a machine that has been spinning for 30 decades. The Trojan horse of the internet, AWS. If retail is the face of Amazon, Amazon Web Services is its spine. And this is the exact point where any traditional retail competitor loses the war. In the early 2000s, Amazon built a colossal cloud infrastructure to handle its own massive e-commerce traffic. Realizing they had created something revolutionary, they began renting that infrastructure out to other businesses. Today, AWS powers an unbelievable portion of the internet, hosting everything from Netflix and Airbnb to major banks and government agencies. This means that while traditional retailers like Walmart or Target must rely entirely on retail profits to survive, Amazon can comfortably lose billions of dollars shipping toilet paper to your house in 2 hours because AWS is silently generating billions of dollars in high-margin tech revenue in the background. You cannot beat a retailer whose retail business doesn't actually need to make a profit to survive. The prime lock-in. Engineering consumer addicts. Human beings are hardwired to choose the path of least resistance. Amazon turned that biological trait into a subscription model. When a user pays for an Amazon Prime membership, an immediate psychological shift occurs. The consumer no longer asks, "Where is the best place to buy this item?" Instead, they ask, "Can I find this on Amazon so I can get my free shipping?" Prime turns casual shoppers into exclusive platform ecosystem captives. Amazon has essentially commoditized convenience. By bundling lightning-fast delivery with streaming video, music, and cloud storage, they have created an ecosystem that feels entirely irrational to leave. To a Prime member, shopping anywhere else feels like losing money. the logistics nightmare, a moat made of concrete and algorithms. Many tech companies are entirely digital, making them vulnerable to newer, nimbler startups. Amazon's true brilliance was taking its digital supremacy and anchoring it permanently into the physical world. Amazon has spent hundreds of billions of dollars building a physical logistics network that rivals the military. The footprint, millions of square feet of fulfillment centers globally. The fleet, a dedicated navy of delivery vans, ocean freighters, and its own airline, Amazon Air. The intelligence. Inside these centers, thousands of proprietary Kiva robots move in a perfectly choreographed algorithmic dance, predicting human demand before it even happens. If a billionaire investor wanted to build an Amazon competitor tomorrow, they couldn't just write a check to duplicate this. You cannot buy the decades of zoning permits, the hyper-localized real estate close to major metropolitan areas, or the sheer supply chain data that Amazon uses to predict exactly what neighborhood will order paper towels next Tuesday.
The ultimate data monopoly. Every click, every hover of a mouse, every item left in a cart, and every voice command given to an Alexa device is fed directly into Amazon's central data engine. Amazon doesn't just sell products, they map human desire. When a third-party seller creates a highly successful new product on Amazon's marketplace, Amazon watches the data in real time. They see the exact profit margins, the shipping times, and the customer demographics. If the item is successful enough, Amazon can simply manufacture their own version under a white label, like Amazon Basics, and use their own search algorithm to place it at the very top of the results page, undercutting the original creator. The reality, it is a game where Amazon acts as the casino, the dealer, and a player at the table all at once. The house never loses. The unconquerable empire. Why can nobody beat Amazon? Because you cannot beat an opponent that plays by an entirely different set of rules. You cannot out-retail them because their tech department funds their price wars. You cannot out-deliver them because they own the roads, the planes, and the warehouses. You cannot out-insource them because they already own the data on your customers. Amazon has evolved past the point of being a competitor in the marketplace. It has successfully broken the traditional life cycle of business to become the environment in which the marketplace exists. It is a self-repairing, self-funding, all-seeing organism. As the sun sets, another wave of delivery vans returns to their hubs, and an army of automated sorting machines begins preparing for the morning rush. Empires of old were built on land and steel. The modern empire is built on cardboard, cloud computing, and convenience. We may complain about its size, we may worry about its power, but tomorrow morning, when we need something delivered to our doorstep by afternoon, we will still click Buy Now. What do you think? Is Amazon's absolute dominance a triumph of human innovation or a dangerous corporate monopoly that has grown too big to control? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this deep dive insightful, smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss our deep dives into the hidden machinery running our world. Let us know in the comments what giant we should dissect next.